It's on. Oh, it's on now. It's on now. Welcome, everybody, to the Rye Town Park Commission meeting of Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You know, I remember, by the way, when I was young, when we added the phrase "under God," I think it was 1954 or thereabouts. I was at grade school. Debbie, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lindsay Jackson.
Here.
Commissioner Jason Klein.
Here.
Acting Commissioner Keith Cunningham, who is proxy for Commissioner Emily Hurd. And Acting Commissioner Phil Durazio, proxy for Commissioner Louis Marino. President Zuckerman.
Here. First item of business, as usual, adopting the minutes of March 19th, 2024 by voice vote. May I have a motion and a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Public comment on non-agenda items. Do we have anybody commenting on Facebook?
No one's on Facebook.
Okay. Anybody commenting from the public? Nope. Thank you. First resolution is awarding a contract to re-roof the Rye Town Park pavilions. This is to Alden Bailey Restoration Corp. I had sent out an earlier memo regarding this. This item was on the last agenda and was tabled. The bid for both pavilions were far above our grant that we received from State Parks through the Office of Steve Otis. And our architect, Gary Gianfrancisco, was able to negotiate the work to be performed to be on one pavilion, plus the capitals of the second pavilion at a reduced amount of $292,000 and $292,248. We spoke to the Dormitory Authority, which administers the grant, and they agreed that they would issue reimbursement for that amount. And it's our intention to ask the Assembly once again for an additional grant that would be able to cover the cost of the second pavilion. And that's a picture up on the screen of the capitals that need to be replaced or substantially repaired. Any questions? May I have a motion? Pardon me?
When is this work taking place?
The work will take place as soon as we approve the resolution
Okay.
and we get the contractor to the site. May I have a motion and a second?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Debbie, please call the roll.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
Commissioner Klein.
Yes.
Acting Commissioner Cunningham.
Yes.
Acting Commissioner Durazio.
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes. Our next resolution is to enter into a contract with the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation to fund a grant of $427,250, which is the estimated cost for 50% of the reconstruction of the bathroom interior at the main bathhouse. We've done such a contract with Parks before, the last time, I guess, in 2019, when we got a grant of $300,000 for ADA work at the park, which we used for part of the bathhouse, the ramps, the path, et cetera. So this is something that Parks requires, and as I have advised the commission previously and again via memo last week, we have requested a similar amount from the County of Westchester, which was placed in the capital budget and will hopefully go before the County Planning Commission in June or July. That would cover most or all of our local share. Any questions? If not, may I have a motion and a second?
Second.
Debbie, please call the roll.
So, I'm sorry, the motion was from Jason?
Jason?
Got it. Thank you. Commissioner Jackson?
Yes.
Commissioner Klein?
Yes.
Acting Commissioner Cunningham?
Yes.
Acting Commissioner DeRazio?
Yes.
President Zuckerman?
Yes. And now,
This grant money.
pardon me?
I'm loving all this grant money.
We're trying. I'll be sending out a memo, hopefully in the next week or so, bringing everybody up to date on what we've already applied for, what we're waiting for, and the direction that we're going. Our next item is a presentation from Peter Feinman, Institute of History, Archaeology, and Education, regarding the proposed Lafayette Bicentennial Event. Debbie, you want to introduce Peter? Tell us what this is about?
I would like to introduce Peter. Peter has been actively working with municipalities up and down the Sound Shore, to the best of my knowledge. He met with Stu Rabin, the village manager of Portchester, and myself half a year ago to talk to us about what was developing for the bicentennial of the Marquis de Lafayette's return tour of the United States. And he is assembling on August 18th, a tour and a retracing of the general's footsteps, ending with a dinner at a place that it was possible to have visited back in the day. And we have identified Rye Town Park as having our 2 pavilions, which can accommodate 2 busloads of people, and the Barley Beach House, which is being engaged to do the catering. And so Peter is here to describe the event.
Thank you, Debbie. Okay, I'm holding here the proclamation from County Executive George Latimer declaring Sunday the 18th, Lafayette Day in Westchester. And I'm here with the American Friends of Lafayette, another organization. They are celebrating his tour throughout the country, which was 24 states at that time. So he arrived in New York on August 15th in Staten Island, and we'll be doing some things there. And then he headed up to Boston on the Boston Post Road. So he made stops up and down the Post Road. Excuse me, that included, well, first he visited the grave of a friend of his at St. Paul's Church, and then he was in New Rochelle, then in the Mamaroneck, Rye, and finally the Byram River, where we'll have a handoff to, we hope, the Connecticut DAR and various other people there. We have an online call tomorrow to work out the details. That will be around 6 o'clock, 6:30, and then it's off to dinner. Then we'll come back to Rye. We will have a Lafayette reenactor. We will have 3 descendants of Lafayette, 8th generation and 9th generation, a mother and 2 daughters, who don't speak English so well, but they're here. They're members of the SAR. I didn't realize Lafayette was a member of the Sons of the American Revolution, but apparently he was. So we are looking to have a dinner here and have the cost for renting the pavilion waived for the people coming from around the country to participate in. We also anticipate during the handoff, just so you know, some little background, at the Byram River, that the Westchester DAR will be involved, the Westchester Masons will be involved, the Westchester Lions Club in Portchester and Rye will be involved, probably the Westchester 250th will be involved, which means we'll have a bit of a parking issue, I think, at the Byram River there, but that's for another forum. So that's the story. If you have any questions on it, I'll be happy to answer it.
I have one question. You're here to make an ask.
I said I'd like to, we have the space waived, the fee waived for the pavilion.
In other words, you would like the fee, which would normally be $1,500, to be waived for this event. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Just make it, we want to make it
Want
clear.
clear for the record, you're
Okay.
absolutely right.
All right. We can do this orally. We'll take a vote. May I have a motion to waive the fee of $1,500 for use of the pavilion on, what date is the actual?
It's a Sunday, the 18th,
The 18th of August.
yes.
Okay. May I have such a motion?
So moved.
How about you, Keith? You want to second it?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Question?
Yeah, just a question, I mean, I'm assuming we've checked the date with the Barley Beach House and others to make sure there's nothing going on.
We have.
Okay.
Yes, so I've been in touch with the Barley House, they're gonna arrange a buffet,
Oh,
3 or 4 choices for the people there.
very nice.
And they're charging for dinner.
Oh, yeah, oh, no, that's
Right,
not for.
which means that the Rye Town Park Rye Town Park will be earning 6% of gross receipts from that evening.
And the bar is, it's a cash bar, so.
And as far as the requisite insurance, we have everything we need.
Not yet, but we certainly will be.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I will be the contact
Right.
point for the American Friends of Lafayette, who's sponsoring the entire event.
So we can arrange certificates of insurance.
Yes, through me. I'll send it to them.
Okay. We've had a motion and a second. If there's nothing else, Debbie, please call the roll.
Commissioner Jackson,
Yes.
Commissioner Klein,
Yes.
Acting Commissioner Cunningham,
Yes.
Acting Commissioner DeRazio,
Yes.
President Zuckerman.
Yes. Thank you,
Yes.
Peter.
No, as we say, actually, Viva la France.
Vive la France.
That's what he says at the end. Our national director signs all his emails, Viva la France, or Lafayette, we are here, from World War I. So we will be here. Thank you.
Next item is our annual community conversation.
So this is a plug. We have every year a Rye Town Park Commission meeting in the open air at Rye Town Park and invite all stakeholders to come, ask questions, hear what's going on at the park, discuss concerns. It's has almost always been a beautiful day. Not always, but almost always. And our next annual community conversation is scheduled for Saturday, May 18th from 10 a.m. to noon under the pavilions. And we have a rain date of Sunday, May 25th. And we hope to see you all there. Okay, Saturday, May 25th.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
What I would like to accomplish at this community conversation is to hear from the community. You know, I think we've been very lucky. We haven't had the community come and make a lot of complaints, at least not recently. But what I think is missing that I'd like to see is the community coming out and saying what more they would like to see from the park and the direction that we're going. We're gonna fill in the community on all the capital work that we've done, that we have planned, grants that we've applied for and have gotten. But looking forward to the future, what would the community like to see? And how would they like to see the park used, if in any way different than it is currently being used? The one thing that I personally would like to see is people coming up with an idea for the, let's call it the white elephant outside, which is our tower building. We don't have plans for the tower building. To do something with that building will require a vast infusion of funds, probably involving the federal government as well as the state and local contributions. Problem is, we don't have a use for it presently. The original use for the tower building was as a bathhouse. And, you know, from 1906 to the present day, the way the beach has been used is changed. People used to come to the park and the beach, the men with suits and ties, the women with full dresses. They would use the bathhouse to change, they'd bathe, they'd go back, they'd shower and change back to their clothes and leave. Today, people come in their beach attire. It's different. And our plans for the tower building are to move the public-facing spaces, the park director's office, security office, and permit office, to the main bathhouse. And that's part of the renovation that we're planning, because those spaces are handicap accessible, and the administration building, or tower building, if you will, has steps going up and is not handicap accessible. So if people have an idea, I would love to hear that. And if you're seeing this meeting, if you're watching it on Facebook or any of the other public means we have of communications, the commission would love to hear your ideas about the park in general, the beach, and especially the future of the tower building. So that's my comment about that. Anybody else?
Is there a floor plan available for?
Pardon me?
Is there a floor plan presently available as it stands now?
I'm sure there is, but we don't have it. If there is one, it's located in the City of Rye Building Department.
It's possible that the binder created by
Lisa
Lisa
Easton.
Easton in
Yeah,
2005, possibly, when it's possible we have floor plans.
That may be, if the floor plan is easily accessible via somewhere on your website, or?
I believe the binder has been scanned and it's on the website.
Okay.
I'd have to
Yeah,
do a
But
dig.
in conjunction with this request,
Mm-hmm.
if it was the request, and fill a form here, and here's your floor
Mhm.
plan,
yeah, that's a great idea, Keith, thank you.
What was the form part? I didn't hear
and
that.
I don't know, whatever way of interacting with this group,
Our contact us fillable form,
yeah, whatever your
right.
way of communicating back and forth with people's ideas, be it online or what have you.
No, that's an excellent idea. And I think that could be a topic of conversation. I'm sorry, the Friends of Rye Town Park? I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name. Chris. I think, Chris, that maybe that could start to be a topic of conversation among the Friends. I know that there's not going to be a resolution. It's a long-term project, but I think the project will not even begin until people start to talk about it. I know people say, what are you going to do with that building? And it's hard. It's it needs total reconstruction. So it's a place to start.
some plantings around that area
I
this
know.
year. So hopefully we'll draw some more attention to it, in a positive and negative way.
I was going to invite you to the mic.
Chris Meyer, Rye Town, friends of Rye Town Park. Yeah, so we're doing some, on that, around that area, that entry area.
Right.
And there's been some cleanup around all of that. We've been working with Russ on the flagpole, repainting and all of that. So we're just kind of looking at some ways to put in some new plantings there to brighten the space, of course, quite a bit. And we talk about the towers and, you know, we just know it's a big infusion of capital. But I think, I would agree, at least probably maybe stepping out, just personally, that if there is a vision, more, you know, people are easier to fund a vision than just fund a renovation. So we think about it a bit. You know, our main focus is still just the grounds and making them continue to beautify them, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the Friends do a great job, and Russ made us aware of the work that you're doing. And I understand that you started work on the doors already?
Yeah, I think I'm getting some texts from Diana right now with some pictures and all that, so I'll check in a second if anyone wants to see them, but yes, yeah, so.
Tell us
so
about-
I didn't know where that was exactly in the process, just getting that we're starting on that, but, so it's not just the plantings, but actually putting on some paint and refurbishing some of the main doors into the area as well. So hopefully there's been some good stuff around there, cleaning up that area, so when people are enjoying the pavilions over the summer, it'll also, you know, look even more appealing than just the sound of music and things that they do when they're there.
All right, great. Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
Management report is submitted. Russ, do you want to add anything to that?
No, just making progress on all fronts. Try to be a little bit more positive
Do you wanna-
than I have been in the. try to be a
You
little
want
more
to
positive.
speak from the podium?
Yes.
Everybody's so bashful.
Again, I just want to put a little more positive spin on things that have been going on instead of the negative reports that are for the first couple of months of the year. But things are going well. The projects that are already that have already started are moving along very nicely. And as Chris said, the Friends of Rye Town Park is starting up this new some new beautification efforts, and all their energies have been going into the front of the tower building. So things are going well.
Good, thank you. Just something briefly from me on that. As most of you know, the Barley Beach House deck has been, was in a dangerous condition, and the repair work on that has begun. And the beach level bathrooms that have been partially funded by a grant from Shelley Mayer's office through the New York State Senate, and bid awarded to Lula Riz's firm as the low bidder. That work is being staged and will be commencing probably by next week. Don't ask me what the completion date will be, I don't know. Once they start demolishing, then we'll have a better idea. So, all right. Any comments from the commissioners? Nope. Welcome, Phil.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Keith. Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next monthly meeting is May 21st. Community conversation on May 18th.
Can you come to Rye and run our meetings?
Pardon?